Hi, and welcome to the Weekly Win. Well, this week we focus on a story from Mr. Fish, who's the headmaster of Fish Hoek High School. The story he shared with his students is not only motivational, but inspirational, and I hope that you'll be able to draw something from it as you move forward in your business and in your career. I'll catch you all soon.
It's been a while since we spoke with each other last, and we need to catch up with each other. So this afternoon I'm going to tell you about the year in which I turned 16, or grade 10. I came alive in that year. It was like somebody had flipped my start switch, that my jigsaw pieces started to move together, that my gears started to sync. I started to live life with the volume turned up, the volume turned way, way up. It was the year when I realized that I was not going to cut it as a cricket player. Batting last and scoring naught too regularly really hits the motivation levels. And I became an athlete and competed at a high level for the next 7 years. Became an athletics coach and did that for the next 20 years. And even today I'm a wannabe cyclist. I found my passion. It was also the year I realized that I was not going to turn out to be a mathematician or a scientist whatsoever. And I made my peace in the history class, and under the guidance of a brilliant history teacher, I went on to study history for 4 years, to teach it for 25 years. I found my passion. It was also the year that, very sadly, I realized that I was not going to crack it in the cool club. That I just was not cool. I was just way too nerdish and outside of that definition of cool at the time. And although I was reluctant, I made my peace with it and gravitated towards guys and girls who were more true to myself, and I became comfortable in my own skin. And part of that was realizing that using the F word was just beneath me. Enough said. And lastly, it was also the year I realized that my parents were right. They were right most of the time and about most things. And that they loved me even if they differed with me, and so I needed to stop fighting with them over anything and everything. Many 15-year-olds suffer from a largely undiagnosed disease called jet soot. It stands for just enough to stay out of trouble. And this is a very well-practiced art. You work out which teachers you can not do your homework for and get away with it. You work out how little you can study in a test and an exam to do just well enough not to have your parents phoned, but just badly enough so that you don't look too smart or don't have to put too much effort into it. There's a problem with that. The problem is that you start to settle for less and less in life. You reduce your expectations on yourself, and that doesn't just affect your homework, your tests and exams. It affects your everything. So when you're 15 and you take a handsaw and you're feeling really tough, and you take a little branch and you saw your way through your branch, and you hold your cut branch up in the sky to say, look what I've achieved, you'll have a deep inner sense saying, I haven't actually achieved that much. So my message to you today, whether you're a 15-year-old or not, if you've been using a handsaw to life, put it down and pick up a chainsaw. Because this is much closer to what life is actually like. You need to hit your chainsaw. Now that's a sound. That's power. Don't have a handsaw mentality to life. Get a chainsaw mentality. Start to shout at life. Start to grow your idea of the size logs that you can cut in life. Live large, live big, live with the volume turned up, and live well the last 3 weeks of term. Cheers, school.